Google's Nano Banana and Google's VEO3 paired together is quickly becoming the ultimate AI ads generator. In my last video, we covered how to go through and generate consistent ads that are images. And in today's video, we're going to take that one step further and show you how you can turn those images into full-on ads that you can put on social media, whether you run this as a service and sell this to clients, or you use it for your internal business. We're going to walk through everything step by step today, nice and simple, and we're only going to need 3 components: n8n, replicate, and Airtable. We're only going to pay for what we use, so we're not tied into any more subscriptions as well. So first, let's jump into a quick demo to see exactly how it works. We've got our request down the bottom here. So this is going to be triggered using a HTTP request. We're going to execute the process, so it's listening in the background. Now, in the last video, we went through and generated some images of some perfume bottles. So we're going to be using that today. We're going to come into this one here, for example. And I'm going to say, please have some pink petals that fall down on top of the perfume bottle, keeping the serene setting. We'll be able to just make sure that's what's spelled correctly. So now all we need to do is press generate VEO3 and it will start the workflow. If we come back across to our environment, as you can see here, we've been able to capture that request coming through. We've retrieved that record with all of the details. We've then gone through and updated our prompt so it's much better than what we had before. And we've stored it in our Airtable. We're now going through and using Google's VEO3 model, which is fantastic for generating ads. It is a bit more on the expensive side, and that's why I've added Helio 2 and Kling 2.1, which are both fantastic for generating some outputs as well. We can chop and change them as you need to get the output. We're then going to loop around until we get that output coming back, and then we're going to go through and store that video. So I'll just wait for this to come back, as it takes a couple of seconds just to get the output. So there we go. We've now got that result back. It was able to check the status and it's generated it for us. We've now got that output ready to go. We've downloaded the file into a base 64 format, and we've gone through and stored it in Airtable. So now if I come back across, we can see it's all updated next to it, and I can open it up and we'll give it a listen. And I think that looks absolutely fantastic. To think this could be run on autopilot in the background for yourself, or you could sell this as a service to clients with a slight markup as well. So if you want to get access to it straight away, the link is down below and it will set it up for you automatically. You just need to change your API keys. If you want to go through and build it from scratch together today, that's what we're going to run through and do now. So we're going to come into a new environment. We're then going to import the blueprint. And as you can see here, it's set it up for us all automatically straight away. So if you want to learn how to build, sell, and scale automation solutions, definitely check the link down below. Now we're going to keep the top part here the same because we've already built that out in another video. We're going to be focusing on this bottom part here. So I'm going to get rid of all of the contents for now, so we can build it out together. So first, we've got our database with all of the different images and ads that we've generated. So maybe we want to come through and do another one, maybe for the strawberry ice creams that we did in the last video. So what we're going to do is come across to where we've got this tab here, which again is in the community. It will show you how to set it up, and you just need to update this formula here But what it's basically doing is triggering a HTTP request and sharing across our record ID. So we're going to need to update our HTTP request. So we'll come back into here, add node, and do webhook. We'll do webhook there. Now, if you're running this constantly in the background, you'll need production URL, but we're doing a test today, so we're just going to use the test URL. You are going to need to keep it as get because we're getting the information from Airtable. We'll come back across, and then we're just going to update before the question mark here, the webhook URL. So now it knows where to send that information. So for example here, if I come down and click on it, we'll get an error because it's not turned on. But if I come back across to our environment, execute the workflow, come down, and then let's do, say, this mint chocolate chip one here, we'll get this workflow started, and we've got it green because we've got that information coming across. What you'll see here is we've got the headers, not really important. The key part here is the query and the ID. So that is the record ID that has been shared across. So now we can go into Airtable. We can come down to search for record or get a record actually. We can make sure that we've got our authentication. Again, we covered it in the last video, but you want to come down to the bottom, Builders Hub, and then set up your API key in here. We're going to come back across to our database though, so that we can use it as we go through. So now we'll come back across. We're going to do our consistent AI ads as the title, as the base. We're going to choose the next part, which is the images generated. We'll collapse down our headers and put across the record URL. So now if I execute this step, we should get all of that information relating to, I think it was the mint chocolate chip one here, that we pressed go on. So now if we come back across, what we can see is all of that information is ready to go, including the image. If you ever want to double check that, you can copy this URL here, paste into a new tab, and it will load it up for you straight away. So we know it's ready to go. Now we're going to go through and generate our AI video. So the first part we want to do is make sure that it's in the right format for when we send it off to the platforms to actually generate it. So what we're going to do is put across and do basic LLM. This is going to be so we can generate the prompt for our actual image we want to output. Now the difference is the prompt here is the instruction that we're giving to the AI. The chat messages we can define as system. So it's the system prompt, i.e. the instructions on how to execute that process. So we'll open this up in here and then we're going to paste our prompt. And this has got a few key parts that you need to make sure you include. We've got the hero focus, composition, environment, lighting, style, mood, and the ad flow. And this is really key because we want to break it up into a nice, easy structure so that we can get the output that we really want. And this is how you're going to generate those $100,000 ads that you see on YouTube. We're going to need to give it the instruction, i.e. what is it actually generating as well. So we're going to come into here and say user request, and we're going to say image description. Where we've got the image description, we're going to put across where we've got our AI image prompt. For the requests, we're going to say in here, please have it so mint leaves start falling from the sky and the chocolate sauce is melting away. So now when we execute the step again, we can do generate step. We'll come back and just reactivate the workflow. There we go, we'll reactivate that. And now when we go through and generate the step, what we should see is if we come back into here, we've now got the request that the user wanted as well. And that's going to be here in the current AI video prompt. And the reason I've done that is so we can go through and change it in the future. We're going to pull this up to model, so we use the OpenAI 4.1 mini model. We're going to change this back open up, and we're going to add in our user request. We're going to put across where it has the AI video prompt, so now we've given it the instruction we want. We can do execute step, and now it's going to go through and generate that really good output for us to be able to use with our AI agent later on. We're going to do save. Now we're going to go through and use an Airtable module to go and update that image prompt so we store it for the future. We're going to do update record. We're then going to come back to our base, which is going to be our consistent AI ads. We're going to make sure we're on AI images generated. The ID is back at the get record. We'll pull that across. The ad title, we don't need to worry about that for now. Same with the image prompt or the AI ad. The video prompt, we are going to update that though with our basic LLM chain output. We're going to get rid of the other parts here because we don't need to update them. So now if I execute the step, what we'll see here is that it's massively improved the output or that prompt that we were going to use to be able to get the output we really want with our video generation model. We're going to come back across there. We'll come out of here and do save. Now we're going to be able to go through and use a HTTP request to be able to generate the images. If you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to subscribe. We've got lots of videos on the channel around AI and automation. But getting back to the video, we're going to come across to a platform called Replicate. I love Replicate because they've got lots and lots of image and video generation models on here, as well as text to speech. Whatever you can think of, it's basically on here. But the great part is we only pay for what we use. So if you come down to the video generation section, as you can see here, they've got Seedance, Halio, Google, Kling, anything you can really think of for some of the market leading platforms, they're on here. The only one that's not is OpenAI's Sora model. So if you want to use the Google VEO3, we've got the fast version here. Or if you come across to their specific account, you'll see we've got Nano Banana and all the other ones, but the full-fledged VEO3 model is here. If you want to use it, we can run with an API. We can come down to HTTP request and copy this curl request here. Now if we come back across and import the curl, we'll be good to go. We're going to need to change our bearer token, so we'll come back across to our account, up to the top, and API tokens. I've already got one generated, so I'm just going to use that. We'll come back across, and I'm going to paste it in there, so it's all authenticated. We're going to make a few changes in the body, so we're going to open this up, and then put across so we can see the input. We're going to come back to our basic LLM chain and replace where we've got the prompt to be that prompt that was the output. We can also do it two ways for the image. I'm going to come back to update a record, replace the current URL in there with the URL that we've got with the AI image ad. So it's going to use that specific ad. So again, just to show you, we'll copy this, open up a new web page and paste in there, and it's still the same image. We'll come back across though. We're going to come down and we're going to do execute step. So now it's going to go through and start generating that video for us. Now what you'll have seen in the previous version is we've got this loop here that will basically go through, check the current status, see what the output is, and if we need to go through and wait a little bit longer before doing that. We're going to cover that quickly if we've got some time, but again, it's already in the resources. We're going to do save and wait for this to come back. So there we go, we've got our result back, but as you can see here, the output is still null, so it's not generated it yet. So we're going to come down and do a wait module. I'm going to put it at 5 seconds for now, just to show you how it works. I'm then going to use another HTTP request, and what we're going to do is get the URL here. So we're getting the status. We're going to need to add the headers, which is exactly the same as the authentication we had in our other step here when we generated that video. So we're just going to copy all of that back across. So now if I execute the step, what we should see is has that URL output field been populated? It has now, but just to show you the theory, we would then do an if statement. We would say output is empty, and then if you do execute step, or sorry, it'll be output is not empty because we only want to move forwards if we've got a result. So then we'll be able to go through and generate an image. If not, like I mentioned, all you need to do is loop around using a set field on that URL status until you get the output. But seeing as we got the output back, we're going to go through and store it. So the next part we want to do is HTTP request. Actually, we can duplicate the one from earlier on. We'll pull that down into here. Now, instead of the URLs get, we're going to be getting the output itself. We'll do execute step, and now it's going to go through and download that video for us, like we can see in the background here. So let's check out what it looks like. I think that looks absolutely amazing. I love the way that it dribbled the chocolate, had the mint. I think that looks amazing. You could definitely use that straight away for an ad. We are going to need to change it to a base 64 format. So we're going to come to an extract from file and move to base 64 format. We need data here to match data here and data here. So now if I execute the step, we'll get a really, really long text string back, as you can see here, which is basically all of the details to do with that video we've generated. We don't need to worry about that though. We're going to come back out. Now to store it, we're going to be doing the same as our last video. So we're going to need a HTTP request because we can't go through, and for whatever reason, Airtable decided that we can't actually upload any files into the database, which is a bit strange. So we'll come into URL and open this up. We're then going to paste our command in here. Now we're going to go through and make a few changes. So the first one is the base ID. So when you get rid of that, come back across to your environment, up to the URL, and where it says app, copy that. So we'll copy, come back across, and paste in there. Now we need to know that column name. So in this use case, I've called it AI video ad. So we'll copy this, come back across, and paste in there. Now because it's got spaces, we need percentage and then 20, and then percentage and 20. So that will bring it back into one long string. The JSON ID, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to come back down to where we've got update a record and put across that ID again. Now it's going to go through and update that specific record. The body, we're going to change this to be sending custom JSON. So we'll open this up and get ready to. So now we'll be able to paste it in here. And as you can see, we're saying that the format of the video is MP4. We've got the file, which is all of our data here that we've just got out of the binary extract from file, as we can see there. And we've just said from here what that file name is. So we've come back to the if statement, and we've just gone down and give it some of the names in here. But again, you can completely change this to what you want it to be. So for example, you could say AI video generated .mp4 if you really wanted to. So all of them would have exactly the same name. Or if you wanted to be a bit more creative, at the basic LLM chain, you can give it a new name and title if you want it. Now to show you, again, we've still not got it ready to go in here yet. But if I come back, execute the step, what we'll see is that it's now uploading the file into our Airtable so that we'll be able to see it in the future. Now, it didn't work because I forgot to add in the authentication. So we're going to need to use the predefined credentials of Airtable. We'll come down and use the ones that we've got already associated with our account from when a bit earlier on we were going through and actually getting some of the records or updating them. So now if we come back into here and we execute the step, what we should see is it now comes through and uploads the data file, so that MP4 file, into our Airtable here, so we can use it as we need it. So we may just need to reload it, check that it's all gone through. Yep, there we go. And now what we should be able to see is that video ready to go, and let's just play it again. And that's how quickly and easily you can generate AI ads from images. If you want to learn more, definitely check out the link below to learn how to build and sell AI solutions. Stay tuned for more around AI automation, and have a great day.